I just opened the letter from like years ago, and I found $40.
Oh my god!
From who?
This is the best episode yet!
Village Kids.
Hello, you're listening to Village Kids, a podcast hosted by 4 childhood best friends. My name is Erin.
I'm Annika.
I'm Julia.
I'm Marka.
Today we are going to talk about gifts. With Christmas coming in real soon, I think it's safe to say that a lot of us may be in panic mode when it comes to gifts. So I guess I want to start off with, what are some of the more memorable or sentimental gifts you've received? Like some of your favorites throughout the years.
Let's all not go all at once now. For me, I think the first gift that comes to mind, I guess, because I'm talking to you guys, first gift that comes to mind is from Erin, actually. Back, I think when we were in grade 6, I think I brought up to you that I was looking for a pearl bracelet. And like I had maybe brought that up like early on in the year. And then come December, you gifted me with a pearl bracelet, and I remember like being so floored because I didn't expect that you'd remember. Like I think gifts like that are the ones that like mean the most.
Mm-hmm.
When you just say it in passing and then your friend remembers, it like means all that much more. Like you were listening, and so yeah, that's always like the number one on my list when I think of gifts. Like that's what I try, although I fail a lot at it. When I try to pick up when a friend or someone says like, "Oh, this is so cute" or whatever, you're like, "Okay, noted." Like be like Erin.
Mental note.
Yeah.
What I do is I actually do write it down.
That's a hack.
Because we share the same short-term memory, Annika.
Yeah, I know.
No way I would have remembered it by myself.
Yeah, such a thoughtful, like 6th grade girl.
Aww.
Yeah. And a pearl bracelet. I was like, damn, where's it? Like, this is not cheap. Like, what did I get you this year?
Oh my gosh, those instances when you get like a really good gift and suddenly you panic. You're like, what did I give this person? A letter.
Deep in my heart.
What about you, Margie?
Oh, okay. So I have very bad memory at this point in time. Oh my gosh. But honestly, if I were to just remember a few things, like I think from this group, like the gifts that I definitely received that kind of, I guess, left more of an impact on me, I think was especially the ones that I received via whoever would come home from Annika, like especially during the years that we're such horrible long distance friends.
Low
Wherein
maintenance.
it's very low maintenance. Like there were years like I felt like I didn't talk to her at all, and then she would just send over these gifts that I feel like when I think about them, I would cry because of not just like what she gave. Like it's not like it's stuff that I'm like Julia. When someone gives me something, I don't really use them because I kind of don't want. Like Annika gave me notebooks that she like wrote on like the first page or something, and she'd be like, oh, like she'd say something along the lines of like, write your own story, or like those types of things that are like implying now you're going on your own adventure and stuff like that. Oh my god.
I remember the butterfly one. Do you remember that one?
Oh, Margie!
Yeah, no, I mean, like for me, I think it's like those stuff. I think like one of the other ones, and I actually don't have this thing anymore, but I remember the letter that came with it. It was like a bracelet that was like Claire's or something, and it was like
Oh my gosh,
butterflies.
Claire's.
I think, and then I remember it was something so cheesy. Like there was this line, like it only And I think when she was writing it, she was saying that I think I'm botching this line, but it only took a flutter for the rest to catch on, like something like that. And I
Oh,
still remember it up to today. I can't.
that's so cute.
This is why I don't really talk about gifts I receive.
Aw.
Among the four of us, it was always Annika who would send us gifts almost like every year, even though she left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
And I don't know if we ever really sent stuff to her.
No, I don't remember sending
Because
you guys
Right,
stuff
can I
at
just
Oh, in
all.
Canada.
Like
same.
Erin said, short-term memory. I can't even remember what gifts I sent you guys, but I'm glad I did. I don't remember.
Usually we'd get her gifts like not knowing that we were getting something. Suddenly Annika's sister would just be like, "Hey, can I drop something off?" And then I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. It was always like Morga would say, "Oh, I'll just send you Annika's gifts." I'm like, she gave us gifts?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to give something back?
Right? It's always like, "Oh, I didn't know someone was coming home."
I think from my end, if I just see something, because my sister comes to visit fairly regularly, so there's always a way for me to send things for you guys. And if I just see something that I like reminds me of you guys, if it's a set of 3 thumbs, like okay,
Yeah.
go. And
Aww.
yeah, I'd say maybe like 80% of the things made it to you guys. There's so many times I'm just like, oh, this is cute, and then I forget. And then like a few years later, I find like
You'd find it.
three bracelets that all match, and I'm just like, oh, is it too late to give this from like when I took that trip like 4 years ago?
Oh my gosh, you know a good trick my aunt does is she has this like cabinet or like a drawer where she keeps
All
gifts
the
that she
gifts.
pick up along the year and then she keeps
That's
it all
so
there.
cute. I think for mine, the most memorable gift that I've received was on my 18th birthday. I don't know why I have this fascination about like stars. And so my family bought me a star. Like it's named after me or whatever.
Aw.
So yeah, I got that for my debut gift. I think I just cried in front of everyone.
Yeah, I remember.
This is why I
that.
don't like debuts. Ah!
What
about you, Erin?
Erin?
For me naman, I think among the most memorable gifts would always be the letters that you guys send me. I don't know why, but before I used to super be into this whole pen pal thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Like
Yeah.
we'd send each other letters, even
Letters.
if we live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Even
And
if we
even
could
when we
call
see
each
each
other
other
on
each
landline.
week.
Yeah.
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 Like during the weekdays, I'd send a letter over. If my mom was on the way to work, I'd be like, could you please drop it at Annika's house and then this one at Julia's? And then I always loved receiving letters back in reply, Julia. Julia
I
doesn't write back.
responded.
I don't want to use my stationery, okay?
That's why.
You could write it on
I'd call you
spare
back.
pieces of paper like Annika does. And also, another gift that I super remember. Okay, so for context, right before we started the podcast, we were all looking at our memory boxes. And I found this baggie of balloons for my 16th birthday, I think. And it was actually it was my birthday during the last year of high school. Marga had just moved into the same school as me, and she surprised me with this whole like setup with balloons. And then each balloon had a short message from all of my friends in high school. And that meant the world to me. Like she'd go through all of that trouble to make me feel happy. Just kidding.
Psych, I ain't the type.
This is how you stop crying, guys. Little gifts like that, like how somebody would. Oh, this reminds me of the love languages test.
Oh, Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's like a mixture of like words of affirmation, acts of service,
Mm-hmm.
that kind. To me, gifts don't have to be extravagant. Like it's just the meaning behind it, or like the fact that the person remembered you seeing those things, or like the fact that a
So true.
person like just thought about this thought and wrote it down thinking
Mm-hmm.
of you. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
gifts like that.
I think that's why we all like letters so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It requires so much like thought and intention for even just the difference between like a letter and sending a message. But
Yeah.
wow, if I receive something in the mail, which I hardly ever do, it's like it means all the much more if someone
Noted.
actually like sends it.
Writing this
Just
down.
wink, wink. Takes about a month for post to arrive here, guys.
You don't mind getting your Christmas gift late, right?
Like Feb?
We all have that in common. Like we all
Yeah.
like receiving letters. Like I even okay, you mentioned Air Julia didn't send you one. I remember receiving a letter from Julia.
What?
What is this favorite from
Something's
Jules?
going down. Why?
You have beef with
Julia,
me?
Okay,
why?
wait. She was my first friend, okay? She deserves the stationery.
One letter.
I remember it was a response to a letter that I sent. I think I asked like, "Oh, can we hang out this Saturday?" I think we were like 5 or something.
Yes.
A big yes.
He responded with, like, "Sorry for the late response or something, but I cannot hang out with you because I have chicken pox." And then
Oh my god.
face with spots on it.
And oh my god.
The one
Oh
letter
my
I sent.
And it's in a scrapbook somewhere.
Oh my
That's the letter that my dad like posted on the scrapbook. I'll never forget it.
god.
That's so
My first
funny.
rejection letter.
She be rejecting invites ever since.
I think I am a panic buyer when it comes to gifts for friends. Or if I see it, I'm just like, okay. Like, or my sister's about to leave, like last minute, I'm
Yeah.
gonna find stuff to send you guys.
I think you're a hoarder as well. Like you just like
A gift hoarder.
yeah, I think she's just like, as I said, like how many episodes ago, she's like a splurger for friends. So if she sees something, like even if it's like not yet the time, like she'll like justify it in her mind that she's going to give as a gift for someone. I don't know. I mean, like, so that explains the whole part of like her having gifts that she hasn't actually sent to us.
Yeah.
Because it was foresight, she just forgot about it.
Okay, now we've talked about our favorite gifts. Now let's talk about what kind of gifts you like giving, or like what kind of gift giver you are. Do you categorize depending on the person you're giving gift to?
I think for me, I like doing things. Like, I love planning. When I have this idea, honestly, it's more of a gift for me sometimes. That even during this pandemic, like, I think of different ways to customize gifts. And I don't know if it's a narcissistic way of doing it, but I kind of put myself into gifts in, like, I don't know, my personality as well. So, like, in a way, I'm with you, even if I'm just sending this off to you. And I've never really been the type that I've always wanted to just receive gifts from people. It's really more of like, I love giving gifts to people and giving people these experiences. So, like, surprising them on their birthdays, calling up all of their like family to come up with like letters and whatever. Like, that's something that really excites me. And similarly, like, I'm not the most creative person, but if I see a peg online, you better believe I'm gonna try and like just decorate the room or like, you know, go all out, even like for holidays like Christmas or Halloween. Like, it's just something I really enjoy. And I love seeing people's faces light up when they see that experience come to life. And just doing it as well with others, like if it's a planned event with friends, that's just like really fun. So when I was surprising Erin, it was so fun to just see how excited everyone else was about surprising her as well. Like, yeah, sure, logistically speaking, I set it up and I brought the balloons with the car and everything.
All the way to the 5th floor, guys.
I actually think I was like late to class. I think I was half day that day.
It was like borderline going into the first period after lunch.
Yeah, I think I actually missed the morning. I don't know if, well, that was high school. But yeah, so like I was really committed. I missed the morning of class, I think, just so that I would be able to get all of the balloons. And then my driver played along with it.
Wow, I
And this
didn't
whole thing
know all of
happened.
this happened.
Yeah, so I just really enjoy those. So I don't know what type of gift giver that is. I think it's a mix of like giving gifts as well as acts of service, because there's definitely that act of service right there. But
You're an
it's so fun.
organizer.
It's so
Yeah.
fun. I can't
Like an
I can't
event.
imagine doing it
It's not
any other
just a
way.
gift,
Creating
it's a whole
an
event.
experience.
Yeah. What about you guys? Do you guys have any like thoughts of like what type of gift giver you're?
I think for me, I'm more of like a frequent small gift giver. I realized that I'm more of that because it's
Yeah, I can vouch for that. She gives me food like every other week. That's why I'm still fat, guys.
next time I'll gift you with a gym sesh.
No, thank you.
I find it hard to stick to big deadlines. So, like, for example, Christmas, and then you have to give like 50 people gifts. That's so hard. I find that I get to think my gifts through when I give it like little by little throughout the year. Like, oh, I saw this bread and I thought of you. You'd like it, I think. Or like, I made this savory food and you like savory food, so maybe you'd like this. And I think definitely if I had more time, I'd like to give gifts that I personally made.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I've received like 2 bracelets from you this quarantine.
Oh yeah.
You're so
Quarantine
creative as well.
recreations.
Yeah, she is. She is. I can't wait for the people to see the necklace you made.
What necklace?
The one Dua Lipa has.
Oh.
That one was so cute. Oh my gosh.
What about you guys?
I think it depends for me, like who I'm giving it to. I'm kind of the same with Annika. Like if I see something and I think of like, oh, this is so cute to give to Marga, then I'll just buy it for Marga. But I also same with Marga. I like making stuff for other people. So like recently, I think I've given like a. Okay, no wait lang. I'm not gonna say it because I might do it to you guys. So scratch that. Yeah, I like making stuff too. It's so fun. Like, I don't know. I think it's also like a creative outlet for us. So yeah, I enjoy doing that too. And letters, I think it's because I love receiving letters. So I make letters so that people would write me back, but they don't. It's like I think it's just us who knows like okay, I have to write that.
So Erin right now is feeling so rejected.
I'll write you back. Hey, I wrote you a letter for your birthday.
Yeah, I finally got one, guys.
With Lisa Frank stickers. Fake
Yeah.
ones.
Wow.
Fake
ones?
ones.
Fake ones?
Why are they fake?
Printed them.
Oh, she didn't want to use
I
her
never
original
used
ones on you. Sorry.
Not even worthy of a sticker.
I'm not giving my future daughter one. Okay. So don't feel too bad.
I feel like we're all kind of the same person in a way. For all of my answers are a mix of all of yours. I really like writing letters too, but I also like Erin. Like if I find something throughout the year, I'll like be sure to buy it or keep like a mental note. And when there's an occasion to actually give it, that's when I'll give it. And similar with Marga's gift, when I sent her that journal, I remember because someone had sent me like a book, I think, with a dedication on it. And that just made the whole like gift like 10 times better. So yeah, like buying something and somehow finding a way to personalize it, add that touch of like you, or bring up something that you know that they'd like, or to show you that you know you listen, or that you still remember this thing that they said. Like it's all, I feel like that's what I hope whatever gift I give like that. I hope that's the message that it communicates.
Mm-hmm.
But like, oh, I thought of you and I remember that you like this or that. And yeah, and don't forget that I'm still your friend. Basically the message.
I think I
Don't
have that
forget me. I think that's what
written
my
on your
underlying
letters.
message was when I when I gift you
Yeah.
guys stuff like don't forget I still exist.
So that's why we got so many gifts through the
Yeah.
years.
Consecutively.
I know.
Like hello, I'm
Actually,
still here.
I remember also something that, well, I call this a gift. The way that you guys surprised me on my birthday this year. Like I was floored because I honestly don't get surprised often. I usually catch on. So I mean I do like but usually if I do catch on, I don't necessarily say so because I
Mhm.
know how hard it is to also put together a surprise. But when someone really does do a surprise and I do get like just so thrown off, I always find that like the most impactful. I think that's why Annika's gifts also were just always such a surprise. Like it would just arrive and then you never think that, oh, she was going to send something. Like it's not something you expect at all. And then I guess that whole surprise thing, everything that you guys did on my birthday, it was just in that video, like just a thought. Like I know you guys worked on it during a time that like you guys were more free, but it's just like there was so much love put into it. And oh my gosh, I feel like I can't watch it again because I'll cry because I've cried so many times rewatching it.
Aww.
So yun, I guess
I have
that's
a
for
photo of you
me.
crying, by the way.
I know.
I had
I
to
feel like
capture that moment.
I feel like everyone has seen me cry at least once in their life, multiple times. But yeah, so I think those for me, like the intangibles, like of course, like it's in relation to something that you guys gifted, but just the effort in creating a surprise or thinking of something that you guys worked on together, that for me is the best gift.
That was so fun to do, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I almost wanted to be part of the process.
For
Like it
your
was
own
So
gift.
so
organized.
fun.
We were rehearsing, Marga, our dance. You guys remember that?
We did it so many times because our
I know.
internet wasn't syncing up.
Suck.
And we had the countdown for I think it was Julia or
Yeah.
me that was laggy.
Yeah.
So when someone else started singing, like okay, you come in like 3 seconds later just so that we'd be in sync.
Yep.
It's the cutest thing ever, I swear.
Now that we're adults, quote unquote adults, I guess you guys could maybe relate to how now, since we're adults, we have to think of the people that we give the gifts to. Like, not just our closest friends anymore. We suddenly have to give gifts to coworkers, acquaintances. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, it helps to have income.
True.
Does I think especially like now we're going into the holidays and it's like my first job. At first, I was like thinking that I'm not gonna give gifts, like that's not something I'm gonna do. But it's so not me to not give gifts. So in any way, like whether it's like food or just anything, honestly, like I really like try to give something. And I think what excites me is that I usually put like a card or something. Like
A personalized card.
I remember when Erin went on her retreat. It wasn't just Erin. I wrote okay, Erin's was like the book and everything, but the whole class, because I really loved her class. Her class was like my safe space during fourth year high school, and it was really thanks to Erin because she really just introduced me to like everyone, and it was just so hard to make friends during fourth year. I mean, that's like basically the last year of high school, and that was like my first year there. So it was just really nice. And in many ways, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every person in that class. I'm so cheesy. So I
I
wrote
love
like these
that.
cards. Like I went into a room and then I had like cards readily printed, I think. I just needed to write a message, like a personalized message to each and every person from that class.
I can vouch.
Wow.
This actually happened. Like she brought a
Wow.
letter in each of our boxes.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. I can't. So I guess for me, it doesn't necessarily need to be like such a bougie gift, but for the most part, I think with Christmas, I just want people to know how grateful I am, especially during this time,
Yeah.
like I always thought that at a certain point I just get tired of making friends, but no, that hasn't happened yet. Like, and if I do say that one day, it's probably a
Julia.
lie. No, because like,
I'm
I
just
mean,
looking at Julia and she's like,
no, but I honestly have said that. Like, I think there was a year in college where I was like, you know what, I have enough friends. I'm good. Do like I'm a very low maintenance person, but just moving into different circles and going into different things like work and then like orgs and whatever, like you're still going to make those connections and those relationships. And I honestly won't be able to thank everyone every single year, but at least with the people I surround myself with more in that year, then I'm going to try to at least like give them, if not candy, probably a card. And it's hard during COVID because you're thinking of like, okay, you have to be very like thoughtful also, like not to scare them away with a gift because like because some people don't want to receive anything this year.
oh, really?
I mean, like in the idea of like if you send something through delivery,
Mhm.
right? Like I
Oh,
always like think of that too, like how careful they're being. So
yeah.
I also have to take that. I mean, it's a weird thing to take into account, but I feel like that's the reality this year. Like sending things, like even though the thought is there, it's like how we did the letters thing during one of your birthdays.
Mine.
Your birthdays. Your birthday. It's so embarrassing. Yes.
It's okay. I don't
One of
remember
your
gifts I give
birthdays.
either.
We're best friends. Okay, so
We don't really care.
so when we did the letter for your birthday, I think it was one of those things that like we also had to think about how are we gonna send this to to
Yeah.
Erin. And so just the same, like in COVID, you just have to think about all these different things. But yeah, I
Like
mean I think
Julia's
there's still a way.
quarantine period.
Yeah, or the 3 days, put it out in the sun. I don't know if it works.
So don't send her food, guys. Gonna go bad.
Shelf stable. It has to be
Make
shelf
sure it's in a cooler. Dry ice. How about you guys? Like, what are your thoughts on giving gifts?
At the beginning of this year, I kind of got into finance. So I was researching, watching YouTube videos about this, and then I think it was Asia Dang who said this. She makes a fund for Christmas. So I started saving at the beginning of the year for money, and then just, but I won't be stressed thinking about, oh, I don't have enough money to buy these people gifts. So I did that. I started saving early Feb for Christmas
That's so
gifts.
smart, Jules. I
It
should do that
is.
too.
I should do that next year.
Same with Marga, like, because I'd be scared to receive gifts. I'm a germaphobe. So I've been trying to think like, oh, what can I send these people without actually sending them something? So I have to be creative about, like, I have to do something like through the internet, or I don't know. So I can't really go in depth to what I'm trying to say because I might do it to you guys. So the gift giver I am is just to write notes, give it, or I make it myself and just give it. I'm still like that, like as an adult, I do the same thing. But yeah, I think that's just one of the things I do now is just have a Christmas fund.
That's
So
such
I
an
won't
adult
get
way
stressed.
of going about it.
I love that hack. It's so good.
I think for me, I'm normally a last minute gift giver. Once I'm done, like let's say exams and everything, that's when I'll be like, okay, 5 days before Christmas, time to head to the mall and get everything done all in one afternoon. And that's normally me. But now, I guess because of COVID, that's not really possible. I really have to plan if I actually want to get people things because I can't just order it online like when it's most convenient for me because it'll
Yeah.
take a week or two before it'll arrive. So yeah, that's one consideration. Another one is, I guess this year, budgetary constraints, really. Everyone is probably looking for ways to still convey like that thoughtfulness and gratitude to people, like Marga said, but without having to put out so much money, as I think everyone understands right now. So I think this year I'm gonna try and do something different and like Julia said, like actually make time to customize something for people.
But it's
Yeah.
so fun.
For me, opposite to Marga, I feel like for me, having to give so many people gifts all at once and not in my own time, wow, that just stresses me out so much, especially with so much planning that I have to do now. Because I have a lot of friends in Manila, the friends that I want to give gifts to. My office mates are all in Manila. Oh my gosh. Suddenly remembering the work that I'm supposed to be doing. Actually, I've been planning the gifts that I was gonna give these friends since October. And here I am, I'm not done yet. And just the panic. Okay, as a Virgo, I just wanted things. I wanted to ship these out by November so that by December, I'm like, I'm good. I'm fine. Don't need to panic. And yet, here I am, still on it. And the panic that brings me. Okay, so as we are speaking now, it is actually end of November. Oh my gosh, that's just 27 days till Christmas. And they have to ship them out.
What?
Right?
Oh my
What
27.
day is it? Right.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh my
Julia and I
gosh.
feel this panic together.
And
I just
then
so
me and
stressed.
Annika are just like, it's fine, chill. Last minute. Kaya
Like,
yan.
oh, it will be a like cramming Christmas again.
Yeah, discarte.
Okay,
Got
because we're
this
both
one.
Virgos. I think that's why.
Yeah.
We're perfectionists.
Like when things aren't hammered down early, oh my gosh. Okay, so more context. Our podcasts are we we record our podcasts at least 2 weeks in advance. So 2 or 3 weeks in advance. Because I get anxious if it's like a week before and I still can't start if I haven't edited it yet the week before release. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Once I start editing, I want it to be done the same day. Or at least the next day, max.
Right? Because like the more
Meanwhile,
you put it
Annika,
off, the more it's in your
Quiet
mind and
now.
you're like, I'm never gonna finish this.
Yeah.
But you're like, in reality, you're like 2 weeks away, but you're like, I'm never gonna finish this in time.
I feel like Annika and I are like planned
are.
out crammers.
Yep.
Like we're very like yes, we're cramming, but it's planned out. Like we
Yeah.
know
Like
it
I
will
think,
get done.
yeah.
Like,
Trust.
it's like personal gauge. So it may look like it's last minute, and it is. I don't know how else to explain this.
I don't know if it's the same for you, Margie, but I just follow like when my body says it's time.
Oh my
Like I deep down know when the very last point of like I can't not do it now. Like I like I'll just know.
As mentioned,
I just need that boost of like cortisol to like or adrenaline to be like there's only 3 more days. Get it done.
I mean, I think Annika and I are very similar in the sense that I work in an office, but I work all throughout the week because I prefer to work on my own time when my body is ready. At 3 a.m., I'll finish it and it will be at your desk by 7. Like,
Yeah.
but
But you
like
can
during
rely
the
on us,
day.
but not at your own schedule.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't get me mistaken. In college, it does
It's
not,
a whole different thing.
this panic doesn't apply to all aspects in life, okay?
Same. So thank you for listening to us today. We've literally went through years and years of memorabilia. We talked about the sentimental gifts, what kind of gift givers we are, the stress of being an adult, especially now during COVID. So DM us recommendations on what gifts to give this Christmas, and let us know if you want a holiday gift guide too. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.